want to commence our belt making now. But before we do that, we need to introduce the tools that we're going to use. After the tools, we introduce the material that we're going to be using. Now for the tools, we need what they call punching board. I've said this earlier, it's punching board. We need our steel rule, we need our pen knife, we need our scissors, our punch, sizable one, remember, the one that we're punching our normal holes on the belt. Now, we need this part of the belt that, okay. We need our hammer and our sandpaper. Now let's go to the material that we're going to be using. Now in the material, we're going to be using our normal belt. Now remember, it's a big sheet that we have cut in and treated to this layer. Now after we achieve this, we need another stripe that will be holding our belt. Meaning after we've cut this, it will be a part in the belt like this that will be holding onto the belt for relaxing purpose. After that, we need our belt edge. Now remember, a sizable one. I'll be fixing this too easily like this. A sizable one. After that, we need this gentle metal to hold on to the cap of the flexible part behind. Now we need to continue the class then. The first thing we do is called skiving. Skiving, what is called skiving? Skiving is taking a particular layer of our given material off. Meaning we want to make these edges now, I'm holding these particular edges, we want to make it lighter at the edges of our belt. We need to skive this part to a tiny surface using our pen knife. And I'll be doing that very easily. I need that easily on my punching board. And it's cutting through easily like this. As you can see, something like this now. As you can see, I'm taking out the upper part of my work. I'm doing that gently. Need to be very careful with that. Now I've done that. As you can see, this layer part I'm pointing out is what, as you can see, the layer. This is thicker than this. This is what? Thicker than this. So now the next thing now we do is we need to make a finishing at these edges. Now if you look at it closely, it's sharp. It's very sharp. So we need to use our sandpaper. Our sandpaper gently to skive the edges. We need to make the edges neat, so as not to have a sharp edges. So as not to have a sharp edge. So gently like that. As you can see, this top part is different from this part. You see that it's different from this part. I'll be doing that gently like this. Now as you can see, we've actually achieved this other edge sharpened already. You see that? Find this part. Find the part is different from every other part. As you can see, it's neater now. Then we continue gradually until we are through. We're through with that. The next thing now we do is we cut the stripe part that we're going to use to take on the excess part of the belt. Now carefully place this. We'll be very careful with these tools because our finger will not be at the edges of the steel rule, so that we not injure ourselves. Place our and at the middle of the steel rule, note at the middle of the steel rule. Now we carefully cut down slightly. Cut down gently, layer upon layer, till we achieve it down there. Cut. As you can see, I'm done with the cutting now. I'm done with the cutting. I'm done with the cutting. Now we've achieved the layer. Now we need to skive. We need to brush this, and you can see it's chopped. We need to take the layer off like this too. Now we've achieved. You can see. Not having any sharp up there. Now the next thing I need to do is we need to place this surface over each other like this, and it is going to be like this. And we place them over each other, turning inside out, something like this. Then we place our scissors, we cut through. That is the width of what we want. We need this like this to be together. Can you see that? We need this like this to be together like this. so that this can go through. Upon achievement of this, we need to bring this together. We need to make this together. Now easily we take on our finishing glue and take this tag off, and we put our glue here. More it's like a kind of super glue. Oh, sorry, before we do that, we need to prepare our nail here. We need to put our nail because we're going to use on our hand to bring it together. So that is that. That's the first part. The next part. Then that's it. And when we are through, we put our finishing glue earlier. Then we can do this together like this. You hold on to it. Hold on to it. Hold on, please. Hold on to this. We're doing a video. We're going to using our needle and our thread. Easily wave through this first two holes. Now remember, we have used our glue to bring it together. Olive 7. Then place this underneath. Like that. And we're going to take that several times over and over again. So at this point now we can terminate. This part now. Can you see? Then you can cut. So when you achieve this one, this is coming here, right? It's coming here like this. Before we fix this to this. So the next thing we now do is we're going to take an average measurement of what we're going to be leaving. I was still now folding up. Let's take 1.5. Folding up is 1.5. Remember, from this part down. Okay, let's make it 2 inches. Sorry. Can you see? This is my 2. This is my 2. Then the folding here to this part here is 2. Can you see that? So after achievement, now we can take our hammer, we bang carefully on the edge like this. Then we have an iron surface. Can you see it's folding already? It's folding already. Carefully, we hold on our punch. We locate the middle. Okay, the middle. Then we punch together. Punch it together like that. So now we've done that. What we can do now is we can take our scissors to take off all these edges off. Now we've achieved this now. And this now will come easily through like this. Put it like this. Okay, now there we go. We have achieved that. Then this one can come easily now. Can you see? So this is the back look. But note, it won't be like this. It won't be like this. Okay. Now we're going to take this back. Sorry, this comes in now. This comes into this part to hold on firm to this angle. When you separate this, you take it inside out like this. Here's the back. So you can hold on to our hammer, bang like that. Can you see that? We're having a nice looking belt. And the next one is we need to cover this part. Open up this easily. Pull it inside. And this is coming like this. Can you see that? So we need to force it inside more. Put it inside more and more. So this is what we want to achieve. You see that? Then we hold on to our punch, because this our rivet, as I've said earlier, this is a rivet, but this is a screwed rivet to be in between this and this, to be inside this layer like this at the middle section. So now at this section, now we take our punch to the back like this. Remember, is to be at the middle. Carefully. Okay, now that's that. Can you see that? And our rivet, I said earlier, coming through inside this part like this. Okay. So this is it now. Putting this part inside, and I will screw it. I use my normal scissors to screw. So now we are through with it now. Now he's looking. So now this part now is the other part. We want to place the holes. So we just take it around our waist and measure a convenient hole. That's the convenient hole. And we're punching this side now. My punch. And our punch. And the first one. So we are pleased with this. It's okay. Then the next thing you do is you can just leverage the spacing like this. From one punch end to another punch end like this. You can take another one here. Take another one here. As you can see, I push the hole and inserting now. So with this now, I'm through. Then the next thing is we polish. So now at this point now, you can see these are our polish at the edges like this. So we have a driven look. This is different. It's different from the normal one that you have here. It's with the aid of the water polish that we've kept. We are finishing it up.